And this is Missy with Missy Mayo Photography. I am a family photographer here in Dallas, Texas. And I'm going to show you really quickly the steps I take to edit a regular green image into more of a fall edit. It's super easy. If you haven't already read my tutorial over on Light Inspired on their blog, you can go check that out, how to fake fall. Or just follow along with me right now. So one thing I will caution you and say is that in QuickTime, the color is not quite as true as it is on my calibrated monitor. I don't know why that is, but it's just a little bit not quite as saturated, it seems like on the video. Anyhow, that's all right. I think you'll get the idea and get the steps. So to begin, we're going to start off by going over and making a selective color adjustment. I start off with the reds, and I want to take out some of the cyan and go ahead and add in some yellows. It's looking about right. Pump up the black some. You'll notice this is affecting my entire image. That's all right. We're going to go back and fix that. Next, I choose my yellows. And again, this time I'm really going to take the cyan down, pump up the magenta. Looks pretty good. These are pretty consistent, the numbers that I use regularly to do the fall color. I don't deviate from this too much. I built this into an action, so it's really easy for me. Okay, so I've got my selective color adjusted, and yes, it's on my gorgeous couple here, but we will fix that. Next, I choose my background layer, come down here, and I want to do a gradient map. And obviously that's not quite right, so I'm going to click up here and I'm going to choose a color. I kind of just choose a nice golden brownish color. That looks about right. And again, that's pretty strong, so I'm just going to knock that down a little bit. Really, I don't think this image needs that too much, but it does kind of just deepen it up a little bit. Okay, so now we're going to work on getting rid of some of that color onto my couple. I'm just going to select both of these. I'm hitting Command on my Mac. Select both of those. And I want to group these. Oops. Okay, new group from layers. Sorry, I do not want to click Command. I want to go up here for my menu options and choose new group from layers. And we can choose this, we can name this Fall Edit. And now I've got this in a nice little group here, and I'm going to do my layer mask right here. And now I've clicked on my layer mask, and I have a black brush here, and my hardness is all the way down. And I am going to take this off. I'm going to start with about 80%, so I selected 8, the number 8, and right up here I got 80%. And I'm going to take this off about 80%. I like to leave a little bit of that color on just because it helps it look a little bit more natural and gives their skin tone that kind of warm glow that you would naturally see. And I'm trying to be pretty careful here about not going into the grass. I don't want to see a halo or see where I've done my masking at all. And to check, I can just click the back slash button, oops, here, and that will help me see exactly where I'm going. And click that backslash button again. And that is looking pretty good. I really like that. Even looking at now, I think I could probably have done maybe more like 70, even as much as 60%. So I'm just gonna go back to my white and choose maybe like 20%. Kind of just go over their faces just a little bit, just to kind of warm them up a little. When you do a fall edit, at least the way that I do it, it does kind of deepen the image and you know, give it a little bit more contrast and depth and stuff, and I think you need to make that consistent with your subject. Okay, so that is all I do, and I built this into an action. I just recorded the steps, and so I run it, and then all I have to do is kind of mask off my people. But there's some other tricks that you can do in the Light Inspired article that I wrote. I talked about a hue saturation layer to increase the reds. Here I don't think that we need that, but another thing that you can do to pump in some more color is you can choose a solid color layer, and you can do anything from like a real pretty wine color to you know, like kind of more of a pumpkin type color. This would be pretty. I think I'm going to do kind of that reddish color here. That looks good. And I'm going to choose overlay. Obviously, that's not what we want. I'm going to knock down the opacity of this, and I'm going to invert this layer, Command I. And now I can just paint on where I would like the little pop of red. I just kind of do little clicks to see, you know, what I like. But here would be like a good spot where I might kind of up the color a little. In the background here. Again, you know, I don't know that this image really needs it, but that's just kind of a fun way that you can add a little bit more color. And if you have any questions, feel free to shoot me an email. It's missy@missymayophotography.com. And thanks for joining me. I appreciate it. Bye-bye.